Hey, what's up, guys? This is Quinn, and welcome to the Gender Queer Gang. Our topics for today are, what do you call the parts of your body that you're not too fond of? And I'd like to begin this video with a disclaimer. I am just talking about my personal preference. I'm not meaning to offend anyone by the words I choose to speak for myself. I would never want anyone to use words that they weren't comfortable with. So, again, this is just my personal preference. But, let's see. So, the top of me, I call my chest. I really hate the word boobs, tits. I can't think of any other synonyms, but I don't say chesticles. It just sounds kind of silly to me. And it's my chest, just like any other guy has a chest. It's just my chest. The good news is that I'm having top surgery in 7 days, so I'm excited. One reason I'm out here with no binder on. It's not that I don't care anymore, but I'm less worried about how flat my chest looks this week than I ever have been in my life. My roommate was just out here, and I put my hoodie on and zipped it up. So I'm still self-conscious about it, of course. But as far as like seeing it myself, or my wife seeing it, it's a lot less intense. The pressure and the hatred of my chest is a lot less intense this week. And I think it's just because I know in a week they're going to be gone. And it's such an amazing feeling. So, so for my top, I just say chest. For my bottom, and here's a disclaimer, about to get a little personal. If you don't want to hear it, you might want to turn it off. But, I used a strap-on before T, and, after. I've used it for a long time, and I've always called it my cock. 'Cause it is. And now that I'm on T, and hang on, I gotta yell at my cat. PC! Stop that. Sorry about that. He's scratching at my TV. $700 TV. That's the only place he wants to put his nails. Where was I? Okay, so strap-on. I have used a strap-on for about 14 years now. And so I've always called it my cock. Well, since I have a cock growing of my own now due to testosterone, thank goodness, I call that my cock too. So they're both my cock. But to distinguish, my wife has come up with a name, and I swear, you guys better not tell anyone this, even though I'm broadcasting it for digital permanence on the internet. She calls it Mr. I kind of like that. But other than that, she came up with the term, or heard the term, I think she heard it on YouTube. She calls it my bro junk. I call it my junk, or my shit, or my cock. I haven't had any type of bottom surgery, so when I'm speaking of things that aren't related to my actual cock that's growing, I tend to say my stuff, my junk. I'm not in denial that I have a vagina. I know it's there. I don't call it mangina or anything like that. No disrespect to those that do. But, in a medical situation, I'm not, I can't think of the word, man. I can't talk tonight. But I'm not opposed, thank you very much, brain, for working. I'm not opposed in a medical setting to say vagina or, clitoris or whatever to a doctor. But hey, that's my cock. That's no clit. And I think that it's very important, the terminology that you use, and that you respect other people's terminology, because a lot of people have really bad dysphoria that are transgender, of course, and some have it worse than you, and some have it worse than me. So I would hate to use the wrong word and it trigger them into this downward spiral of self-loathing of their own body. So I'm always, cautious if I'm around another trans person to, just say chest or junk or bro junk, because a lot of trans guys tend to like that. Or penis. They like that too. And I don't mind that, It sounds kind of clinical to me, penis. But I like cock. It just sounds dirtier. I guess that's why I like it. I don't know. It's a more appealing word than penis to me. So, there. You know all my secrets almost. And now for a personal update. Sorry I have been so flaky in making videos for this channel lately, but, I've had some health problems. My wife has had health problems. And I had a UTI infection that turned into a kidney infection. And then after that was done, I had a UTI again. And just a whole bunch of crazy stuff. And my wife was in the hospital for the better part of 2 months because she has 4 blood clots in her legs. She has a blood clotting disorder. Not sure if I've mentioned this before, but she has a genetic mutation, I guess. It's a genetic thing where her blood clots too much, so she takes blood thinners every day, and occasionally she throws a clot. There's no getting around it. So the ones that she does have are fixed to the artery wall in her leg, and they're not blocking the blood flow. So they're not mobile, they're not moving, they're not going to go to her heart, her brain, her lungs, anything important. And even if they were to dislodge somehow, if she were jostled enough, she has I think it's called a green filter in her abdomen, in the artery. So if anything comes from her lower extremities, it would be caught by that filter. So we've had a lot of struggles lately with health. But the good news is, top surgery, 7 days. I'm super excited. I'm over the moon. I mean, I can barely sleep at night. I'm so excited. If any of you guys have any tips on preparing for top surgery, we are going to Dr. Garamoni. My wife and I will be there for 8 days in Fort Lauderdale. We are staying at the New Beginnings Retreat, which is founded by a trans man for trans men having surgery with Garamoni. And I'm sorry.